Good morning, students. Today, I welcome you all on behalf of Rasa International School to study Class 8th, Chapter number 4, Metals and Non-Metal, Part number 3. It is on your book page number 60 to 63. Today, what we study is that the reaction of metal with dilute acids. Now, what are acids? Acids are having H ion in common. What actually they are in common? They have the H plus ion in common. Now what is H plus ion? This is H plus ion. Now in HCl we have two ions. Okay, one is plus and the other one is Cl minus. Now this we will study in class 9th, but right now you have to study that the acids are basically having the H plus ion in them. They have the common H plus ion. The common acids we will use are hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid. These two acids we will use in this chapter. Okay, so metal reacts with acid. Metal reacts with acid to form metallic salt and hydrogen gas is released. So metal reacts with dilute acids to form salt and with the evolution of hydrogen gas. So this we have to learn that metal reacts with acid to form metal salt and hydrogen gas. So there are different metals which react with acid. First is sodium, iron, zinc. They are reacting with acid, hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid. Now they form. How we have to judge the reaction? Now you have to take this NaCl along with that means NaCl, what we are saying, NaCl, that means Na and Cl, that is the part of the hydrogen attached with in the acid. Okay, so Na from here and Cl from here, and this hydrogen is coming out as hydrogen gas. Similarly in iron, when iron react iron chloride, okay, or iron chloride, or you can say ferrous chloride, okay, there are two types of iron ions, okay, but over here we have to discuss with ferrous. Okay, you either write over here is iron second chloride, iron second chloride, okay, instead of ferrous chloride you can write this also, that would be correct. Okay, now so these any one reaction you have to learn for this. Okay, some metals such as copper, silver, gold, platinum, copper, silver, gold and platinum, these four metals do not react with dilute acid. Okay, these are less reactive than hydrogen. For this we have to understand what is reactivity series of metals. Okay, so we will study reactivity series of metal. There we are able to judge which metal will react with acid and which will not. So for the time being you have to learn copper, silver, gold, platinum. Okay, they will not react with acid. Okay, which acid? Dilute acid, because they are less reactive than hydrogen. Clear? So they do not go under displacement of hydrogen from the acid. So let's study first of all what is displacement reaction. Okay, so reaction of non-metals with dilute acid. Non-metal does not react with dilute acid. Non-metals does not react with dilute acids. Okay, reaction of metals with bases. Okay, now bases, as acids are having H plus ion in common. Okay, acids have H plus ion in common and bases have OH minus ion in common. Okay, so now what are, how they react, or whether they react or not react. So metals with bases. So some metals such as aluminium, zinc react with bases such as sodium hydroxide. Its formula is NaOH. Some metals like aluminium, zinc reacts with bases such as sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide is KOH. Okay, metals do not react with weak base such as ammonium hydroxide and ammonia. So they the metals react with these strong bases. Okay, they don't react with the weak bases. Clear? Now Reaction of non-metal with bases. Reaction of non-metal with bases are complex, means they are very complex. Okay, for example, when chlorine reacts with base such as sodium hydroxide, it produces, okay, products which are multiple: sodium hypochlorite, sodium chloride, and water. We will learn this about in higher classes. So first of all, over here we will write non-metals react with bases but they are complex, so we don't have to learn the reaction in 8th standard. Okay, now here we have to learn the displacement reaction with the help of the reactivity series that we have studied in the last to last topic, that copper, mercury, silver, gold, and platinum, they don't react with dilute acid. Why? Because they have the less reactivity than hydrogen. So that we will see in over here in the reactivity series. Reactivity series is also known as metal activity series. Okay. So what actually the reactivity series is? It is observed that some metals are more reactive than other. Based on the degree of reactivity, they are arranged in the series called metal activity series or metal reactivity series. The arrangement of metals in the order of their decreasing reactivity, मीन्स मेटल को इस ऑर्डर में लगाया जाए कि उनकी जो मेटल सबसे ऊपर आएगा उसकी रिएक्टिविटी सबसे ज़्यादा होगी और जो उसके नीचे आएगा उससे कम, फिर ऐसे डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर में उनको लगा दिया जाए, तो उसको हम बोलते हैं रिएक्टिविटी सीरीज ऑफ metals. Okay, so in table 4.1, okay, the metal activity series is being shown in the vertical order where the most reactive is at the top and the least reactive is at the bottom. Okay, so with the help of the reactivity series we can examine the reaction of metal with oxygen, water, acid and other reagents. Okay, इनकी हेल्प से हम इसका रिएक्शन देख सकते हैं ऑक्सीजन के साथ, वाटर के साथ, एसिड के साथ और अदर रिएजेंट्स के साथ. Potassium placed at the top. Over here you can see potassium placed at the top. Okay, okay, in the most reactive metal. Okay, so it is the most reactive metal, and platinum at the bottom, it is the least reactive metal. So let us check where is the platinum is. So this is our reactivity series. So potassium at the topmost position and platinum at the bottommost position. So they are placed, which are being placed at the top they are very active, and which are placed at the bottom they are very less active. Okay, so now hydrogen is placed in the activity series, though it is not a metal. Then why it is placed over here? Because it behaves like metal and can be used as a reference to gauge their reactivity. Means जो metal इससे नीचे इस reactivity series में है, आप उनको एक कैलिब्रेशन या आप बोल सकते हैं कि ये metal इससे कम रिएक्टिव है, तो ये हाइड्रोजन को डिस्प्लेस नहीं कर पाएंगे. ओके, बिकॉज द हाइड्रोजन इज behaving like a metal but it is not a metal. Okay, that is why it is includes in this reactivity series over here. And the topmost position is of potassium, which is the most reactive, and the bottommost position is of platinum, which is the least reactive. Okay, the inference that can be drawn from the reactivity series are discussed here. The metal that are above hydrogen in the series are more reactive, okay, than that, so they can displace the hydrogen from water and dilute acid. Okay, clearly. Therefore the metals below hydrogen in the reactivity series are less reactive than that, so they can't displace the hydrogen from their position. Okay, the hydrogen from its position in the water or acids. Okay, silver, gold, platinum are present at the bottom of the reactivity series. These metals do not react with acid, base and water. Such metals are known as noble metals. They don't react with water, base and acid. So they are known as noble metals. So now what is displacement reaction is? The more reactive metal displaces the less reactive metal from its salt solution is known as displacement reaction. For this we can study one reaction where we can have a copper sulfate, okay, this is blue in color, and the iron. Copper sulfate and iron when reacted, then the iron displaces the copper because the iron is more reactive than copper. We can see in the activity series, iron is over here and the copper is over here. So which one is more reactive? Iron. So the iron displaces the copper. Iron displaces the copper from its position, that is from the salt solution, and forms iron sulfate and copper. This is of blue color and this is of green color. Okay, so this is written over here, beta. See, for example, when the iron nail is put into the copper sulfate solution, the color of the solution changes from blue to light green, and a reddish brown coating of copper has been shown on the iron. Why? It is written over here. Why it is shown over there? See, this copper metal get deposited on the iron, and this copper sulfate, that blue color, is changes to light green or pale green. Either you write pale green or you can write light green. It means the same. Okay, clear? So thank you.